We begin today's recording by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we are on. I am on Burrawang land. Where are you, Breezer?
I am on the land of the Djajarurrung people.
We pay our respects to the elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who are tuning in today.
And wherever you're listening to the potty today, make sure you know whose land you're on. Join us each week for some booze-free banter about life without booze.
If you're entertaining cutting back your booze by a day, a week, a month, or for the rest of your life, we would love for you to tune in.
Buckle up and come along for a ride that may just change your life. If any of today's conversations have been triggering, please reach out to your local support centre in Australia. That is Lifeline 131114. Let's crack a can, Meso.
Let's crack one. Except I'm on the long neck.
I am also drinking, well, we'll call it a classy bottle. It's Altina's Lovey in a rosé. And I have got the 750ml bottle, but it also comes in a can. What are you on, Meso?
A La Blanc, Matt La Blanc. Oh, we love you, Altina. And do you know what they've given our listeners?
They have given our listeners, so Altina Drinks have given our listeners a 10% discount code at checkout. So you can shop the range of Altina drinks. They come in bottles, they come in cans. What's the code, Meso?
BFB10 is the discount code to get 10% off. And you can find them at
www.altinadrinks.com.au. Thank you. So.
So good. We're just a bit flabbergasted, aren't we?
Well, we are. Should we get into the potty?
We should.
With Meso.
Risa.
Now, I'm going to read out the bio.
Yep.
So the bio of the guest we've just had on, but I can't really read it out without also mentioning her sister. So we'll read the bio and then we'll talk about the guest we've just had on. Okay, yeah. Buckle up, folks. Yeah. We have just been bantering with Vika Bull. Oh. Vika is, well, Australian music royalty, without a doubt.
100%.
So let's have a read of the bio of. She's actually released a book with her sister, No Bull. It's an amazing book. We'll get into that in the potty though. So Vika and Linda Bull have been singing together their whole lives in church with their mother as iconic members of the Black Sorrows on their own 1994 double platinum debut, Vika and Linda, and on number one albums by Paul Kelly, Casey Chambers and John Farnham. Just let that sink in for a moment, peeps. I added that bit, by the way. There's 7 studio albums, traverse rock, country, gospel, reggae, R&B, soul and blues, as well as their rich Tongan heritage. They've played gigs for Nelson Mandela and the King of Tonga, as well as 100,000 fans at the AFL Grand Final. They've been nominated for 5 ARIA Awards, were inducted into the Music Victoria Hall of Fame in 2019 and received the Medal of Order of Australia in 2022. Just bloody amazing.
I've got goosebumps. She's a big deal and we love her.
What a weapon. She's just an all-rounder, isn't she, Meso?
Yeah, she really is. Despite completely fangirling over her, and I know you've been a fan for a long time too, but just a woman, like she took us on a beautiful journey. She was raw, she was honest, there was emotion, there was laughs, there was song, there was, she's still so new in this journey for her, and I felt that pain
that pain, and also her story is so relatable, Meso. Like,
relatable.
What started out as drinking for fun turned into binge drinking, turned into drinking, sometimes daily.
Yeah.
And
can relate.
Can relate. Yeah. She just told it how it was, didn't sugarcoat anything. And I think that's what made this just such a great chat that's going to be so helpful for many of our listeners, just to show that vulnerability. And, we put our, music artists up on a pedestal.
Yep.
We really do, but they're human just like you and I, and they have the same problems that we all go through in our head and life in general. So,
this will be
beautiful
a massive
chat.
Yeah, it'll be a real trailblazer for her scene as well, to see her remove alcohol from her life. And, it's going against the grain of that rock star, lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That's not sustainable. It's in their faces all the time. It's, it's impossible well, almost nearly impossible. And it's so, so sad. Like, alcohol killed one of their friends, Stuart, their bass player, and it's just tragic about that. And, that's the thing in this Australian drinking culture. It's just, you kind of end up going one way or the other, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for me, the most exciting part about this chat is Vika is far from done.
Oh, she's just about to take off.
Hitting her straps again. And it's so exciting for her, and we're all here for it. And I reckon we should get amongst it with Vika Bull. What do you reckon, Meso?
Let's do it. Welcome,
Vika. Welcome. A big, warm, booze-free Bants welcome to, I'm going to say, Australian music royalty, Vika Bull OAM. Vika, welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, hello, Breezer and Meso. It's lovely to be here.
We are thrilled to have you on Boozefree Bants. Now, Vika, we throw our guests straight into the deep end and we go straight into our first segment, which is called Confession Session. So tell us a story about you on the sauce. It can be embarrassing, shameful, funny, whatever you want. Bring it on.
Confession Session, it's time to play. Will you tell us what you're ashamed
well, I've got so many girls. Like, I have so many. I just, so many shameful, embarrassing, regretful times. I'm going to get emotional because
we've got you.
Yeah, because a lot of them were done in front of my daughter, which I really regret. A lot when I was younger too, throwing up in clubs in front of people.
Yeah.
I think at a friend's wedding, I gave the most embarrassing speech I've ever given in my life. I can't even remember, and I'm too embarrassed to ask still to this day what I said. But really it was just my child seeing me so drunk so many times and just being loud, obnoxious, an idiot. I mean, that is the thing I think that I can't quite get over.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really, when I look back, nothing's been funny or fun at all about it, about like my embarrassing, the amount of times I've made a fool of myself. It's just so hurtful. It's still quite raw because I've only just, I've only really been off the booze for a year. So these sort of things are still, I'm trying to deal with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And they pop up, I reckon, at the times you least expect it, and it brings you straight back to that feeling of shame. And like I still remember, and you would too, Vika and Meso, that feeling of shame the next morning. It's so hard to escape that. You just remember, it takes you straight back to that moment.
Yeah, it does. I mean, because of the industry I've grown up in. Sorry, I thought I turned my notifications off. Can you hear those?
She's in demand.
Pardon?
She's in demand.
Do you want me to check that?
It'll be fine.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay. What was I saying?
Feeling of shame in the industry that you.
Yeah, because I've grown up around it. It's been available all the time, and we all, when we all get together and drink, we have a great time with Yahoo, and so that's all great, and everyone does something silly, we all have a laugh about it, and that's great, that it's good fun. But it's when it gets out of control, I think that then you go, oh God. And I remember many times I've had to ring up the next day and apologise to a lot of people. That's how it started when I was young. It was like, oh God, what did I do? And I'd ring them up and I'd apologise, and everyone was, really nice. I'd go, don't worry about it. We were all pissed, everyone, but it's like, I think I was worse though, and I really, girls, I think that is the thing. There's been nothing funny about me being incredibly pissed. There's been nothing funny about it. It's been annoying. I've been so annoying and such a pain in the ass. And it just gets out of control. It gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. And we've had, sorry, May, so what were you
No, I was just going to say, like, I can so relate. Vika, it turns us into someone that we're not.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make peace with that was me. Like, I chose to drink and it's all fun at the start, and then you just turn into someone you're not. Like, I used to get really aggressive, and that's not me. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
In fact, I was violent, a few times, and that's not who I am. And I really feel your pain with that shame. And it's making amends with that and forgiving yourself for that. Because you did that. I did that. The alcohol turns us into people that we're not, but it's still who we did that, and it's really hard. I feel that pain deeply with you.
Well, that's what I've realised is that that's not who you are. Because I'm the same. Like, we're getting so bad that I would fight with my husband every night. Every time we got on the booze, it'd just be like just stupid arguments, and you're like, what? Wake up next day, well, that was ridiculous. And, it wasn't helping that relationship either. So, and he's the biggest pisshead in the world, And he gave up for 11 years. He gave up drinking.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because he was really bad. And then and during that 11 years, I didn't give up at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I continued to drink. And now that I'm on my journey, I mean, he has a beer now, like that, he's happy with that, having a couple of beers, and then he doesn't drink wine or spirits or anything. But I'm not going to say to him, you have to give up because I've now given up, because I didn't show him that support when he gave up for 11 years, so I'm sort of struggling with that as well. Not really struggling, but I accept that, but if he was a big pisshead though, then we'd have a different, it'd be different. I think it'd be, I don't know how the situation would be, but, but he's very supportive. He goes, good on you. I support you all the way. I know what it's like. So good on you for not drinking. And and the relationship has improved so much.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. There's no more arguments. There's, what was I saying? So I keep losing my train of thought. I didn't realize I was going to be sort of knocked out of the park so quickly. Sorry, girls.
No,
no.
It's absolutely, it does. It is triggering. Even you talking about it too makes us go, yeah, we feel that, we're with you with this. And I think it is so important, because there's so many, everyone has majority of the world has particularly Australia, has such a complicated relationship with alcohol, and we don't talk about it enough. And that's the whole point of the podcast, to just let people know you're not alone on this. It's a beast. Alcohol is a beast,
I agree with that. I really do. And I think my biggest regret is that I drank all the way through raising my daughter.
Yeah. That
is my biggest regret. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't drink at all. I wish I was present. Don't worry. I still got her up, got her to school. I was a binge drinker.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. So
yeah, same. Same.
So, we worked and provided for her, but there were moments where I just wasn't really present, and I really wish that I could have that time back. And if I had my time back, I would not drink while raising a child at all. I would just wouldn't go there. It's just not a good mix.
I can relate to that, Vika, because there's times where I look back and I chose booze over my children.
Yeah.
Booze became a priority on occasions as opposed to being there for the kids. So, and you can't take that back, but you just have to move through it. And like Meso said, forgive yourself.
Yeah. And I did that with the stepkids as well. And I was talking to friends the other day, and he said the same thing, that, he's driven with the kids in the car, put the kid. This is not an isolated story. I would suggest, like, there's plenty of listeners that'll be like, yeah, me too. Like, I've done that. And I think like I said, I think these conversations bring it to the surface and just let people know they're not alone, and then they can, seek the guidance and advice to go, okay, well, alcohol isn't serving me. And I think you bringing this story and you making peace with that now, Vika, and it breaks my heart that you have so much regret for that, but you're turning it around now. Like, you could have stayed on that path. You're giving your daughter and your family the best life now by removing alcohol, and we applaud that. I think it's amazing, and because you could have kept and stayed in it, and lots of people do. So well done by you on making that decision, because it's not easy. If, as we keep saying, if sobriety was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's right. And I think that it's been, look, I know it's hard for everyone, but just me, I just can't, because of my job and because it's always there. It's always in front of me.
Yep.
Everywhere I turn.
Yep.
I walk into the dressing room, alcohol's right there in front of me.
Yeah.
I go on stage, everyone's having they're cheering one another to wish each other luck with alcohol. I walk off stage, everyone's winding down. There it is again in front of me, having a beer. And, I go out on stage, I sing, everyone's got a drink in their hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, and I'm not going to give away singing because that's my first love. And so I just had to confront this problem head on. And I'd seen so many friends in this industry just really, sorry, that's my cat.
Oh, yeah, hello. Cat. Welcome to the party.
Really go down the gurgler. And, a really good friend of ours, our bass player, he died. He passed away when he was 39 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, big drinker.
What's his name?
Stuart Speed.
That's right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? I was about to say cheers and rest in peace to, isn't that just came hand in hand to do that, but may he rest in peace.
Yeah. I hope he's in heaven, because he was the most beautiful soul, so talented, but just, big drinker. And
There's actually a line in your book, Vika, that you say your industry is your job is the only job in the world where it's acceptable to have a drink before you start work.
Yep. I think that would be right, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's impossible. It's unavoidable in your job. So that makes what you're doing even more extraordinary. Well done.
Well, I just don't think it should be. I don't think we should be able to walk on stage pissed.
Yeah.
I don't think just because we're in rock and roll that's what we do. I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't when I was young. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like on my high horse and high and mighty. I mean, I loved being pissed and having that little bit of a buzz to get me on stage.
Well, we're actually going to go back to those days, Vika.
Okay.
So buckle up. I wanted to ask you. You had a nickname in the 80s, I think it was. It was Morty. How did you get that nickname?
Morty.
Yeah.
Well, I was living in a house with a bunch of wonderful people. Two of them were musicians. One was a bass player. The other one was a drummer. Bass player Tony Dennis. He had a very funny sense of humour, and he said, "I'm going to nickname you Morty." And I went, "What? What? You guys, as in Morty, Vika?" Okay, I don't think I like that very much, but it kind of stuck. So it wasn't more, even though it was Morty, it's spelled Moity, Morty. So everyone just called me Morty. Yeah, because when I was young, I never considered my name to be like, as the vicar, as in the priest.
Yeah. So it took me a while to get that nickname. I was saying to my partner, he goes like Morty Vika, like the priest. I'm like,
Morty Vika, Vicar of Dibley and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, I see. Vicar is actually the Tongan version of the, Victoria.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Name.
Love that.
Gorgeous.
Love that.
Thank you.
Take us back to your partying days then, Vika, at Inflation and Razor nightclubs. Can you tell us about that? What did that look like?
Well, we were just we'd just go out with the sole purpose of getting completely shit-faced. Really?
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was like we couldn't wait. We get there, Inflation, every Wednesday night. They had, might have been free wine, and it was the most, it was so disgusting.
Cooler bar Moselle.
It was
in the cask.
I don't know what it was, but it was poison, and we drank it. and we just get really drunk and then sort of stay until 6 a.m. in the morning and then continue on the next day. And Razor was the same, except Razor, we took drugs as well.
Yeah.
You know, so we drink and then, you know, just get on it. And the same thing, continue right through the next day, continue drinking all the next day. So,
Yeah.
But then in those days I was going out 7 nights a week. You know, there was Chasers, there was Hardware Club, there was every night it was a different club, and every night it was getting completely shit-faced and then just getting up and going to work with massive hangovers. But because we were so young, of course, we could cope and or pretended to anyway.
Mm.
But that's all it was. It was just all about, it was total selfishness, just party as much as we could and get completely out of it.
Mm.
Yeah. And that was normal, wasn't it? Like that was normal. I feel like it's normal to do. Well, I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
To get written off every weekend. That was
I did too.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Loved it.
And Dad said, you know, he watched that Mum and Dad didn't like it, and because they were teetotalers when we were growing up, they didn't drink at all. This is what really, and that's you know, looking back at it all, I sort of thought when I was little, I used to think, because I see all my friends' parents would drink, but Mum and Dad never had it in the house, and I used to think, Mum, why don't you know, why don't you drink? Why? You know, so-and-so's mum and dad drink and they're having a party. Why aren't we having parties? We had different kinds of parties, but there was never alcohol involved. And now I see why. And I used to think to myself, gee, Mum and Dad are boring. When I grow up, I'm not going to be boring. I'm going to drink and have parties. You know? And Dad said to me when he started seeing it getting out of control, he said, you know, it's really going to catch up with you if you're not careful. It's going to come and bite you on the ass. And sure enough, it did.
Dad knew well. Dad knew
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
And was that part of the Tongan culture? Like that, like, did they drink? Or because you wrote about in the book how they when you first went to Tonga as a family, you watched your aunties and uncles just all sit around and talk. There was no booze. They just sat around and talked, and they'd fall asleep on the couch after, you know, from exhaustion from chatting all night.
Drinking Fanta.
Which sounds beautiful. It sounds
Yeah.
so
Wholesome.
gorgeous. Yeah.
No, that was what we witnessed when we were young. But of course, the Tongans do drink.
Yeah.
You know, they have a drink called kava, which the men drink.
Yes.
You know, and that's more like an hallucinogenic, I guess. It sort of makes you feel a bit stoned and really good, and doesn't really get you pissed. But they do drink. They go out to clubs, they party, and they still have very strict. The girls will sneak vodka into their Fanta, put it that way. And they'll sit at the table and they'll have their can of Fanta, but there's vodka in there, and you know, so they party on the sly.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
We've all been there. haven't we?
Yeah.
Party on the sly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then tell us, Vika, obviously in the 80s you performed in various bands, which I just want to read out some of the names because they are absolutely cracking names. So Boom Booms, Blue Tomatoes, Bachelors, Thunder Wings, Honeymooners. What awesome names. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was like Sophisticated Boom Boom.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And that was an early 50s, late 60s girl group.
How fun.
So cool.
Yeah, Sophisticated Boom Boom was the name of a song by a girl group. I can't remember the name of the girl group, but they had a song called Sophisticated Boom Boom. So that was the name of our band. The Blue Tomatoes was another band that sort of did samba and kind of jazz. There was John Justin and the Thunder Wings. So John Justin was the lead singer, and the band was the Thunder Wings. What was the other band?
Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners. That was mine and Linda's band. Yes.
Yeah. So what was gig life like? What was sort of, you know, a week in the life of Vika Bull at that point?
Yeah, look, it was great fun. It was really great fun because I couldn't believe that I was actually singing. I loved being in bands and being with a group of people that all wanted to do the same thing and really enjoy making music and playing gigs and then getting up the next day and doing it all over again, you know, the next night. That was always fun, sort of, you know, rehearsing and finding new songs to sing and, you know, singing other people's songs was always good fun, figuring out ways to do it. But then afterwards we'd drink. So it always come back to the booze, you know, and because we were playing in pubs. So it's like, okay, we'd knock off, okay, let's drink. So we'd drink. And because we were enjoying each other's company so much, we'd all get on it. And I just, when I look back on those years really fondly, though. I have no regrets about that. I just really enjoyed it and really enjoyed sort of the Melbourne scene back then. It was, I mean, Melbourne's got a very vibrant music scene now. It's really fantastic. And back then it was the same. There was lots of places to play, lots of clubs to go to, you know, everyone was just having a ball. And I put that down to youth because I see them all doing it now, you know, all having a great time going out. And, you know, it's like, good on them, have fun. And, but I think just when I look back, even though I enjoyed it, it was, booze was like a problem for me. And because I enjoyed it so much, you know, and I just loved getting drunk. It was just so much fun, you know.
Same.
It's fun amok.
Yeah, I just loved making trouble and just, you know, not, you know, good trouble, just being normal.
Being a mischief, just a bit cheeky. Well, I couldn't really.
Yeah, so
we were full loosey-gooseys where part of me, and we say this to a lot of guests actually, we're like, oh, it would have been so good to run amok together on the booze. Like we would have had, it's kind of best that we don't, but.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know. Because we said we're kind of all cut from the same cloth, aren't we, I think?
Yeah.
Mason and I,
alcohol.
we went to a music festival on the weekend in Ballarat, Spilt Milk, 32,000 people there, really young crowd. And we were just like, oh, look how much fun they're having. Like they were absolutely off their wigs. They were having the most fun ever. And we're like, they're having the best time, but glad we're not going to be you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was also a part of me that did go, oh, I wouldn't mind being in your head just a bit off tap for just a second, because I do like having my mind altered a little bit and being a little bit wasted. I do miss that a little bit, but I wouldn't change a thing now. Like there's so much more that sobriety gives you, but I do miss that a little bit. You know, it's like the ex-boyfriend that you broke up with. You can still miss him, but you know how toxic he was. So you love getting drunk. Can you take us back to the first time you got drunk, Vika?
Yes, I was, yes. I was 15. I was at a Tongan dinner dance and all the adults were drinking. And so while they were on the dance floor dancing, I went around to all the tables and drank their drinks.
It's what
like a boss.
Yeah. And I got really drunk. This is really embarrassing. And then I thought, okay, and there was a bunch of guys sitting at the table. They were older men. And I went up and asked them all to dance. And my mother watched the whole thing. She didn't see me get pissed, but she saw me walk up to this table of men. She thought, what the hell is she doing? Ran over, grabbed me by the hair and pulled me away, realised I was drunk. And that was the first time I got drunk. And I remember really enjoying that feeling of being, like you said, like you know, I loved that buzz. I really enjoyed it. Mm. And like I said, looking back now, it was like, oh, maybe that should have been a warning sign. But yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, that real warm and fuzzy feeling. Yeah.
I really regret, I wish I'd gotten really pissed with a mate somewhere, you know, in the bush, but I didn't. I did it with my mum and dad, you know.
You went straight in for it, head first.
Yeah. Pretty suave move, just to rip in down all the tables. I love it.
Yeah.
But in a way, good on your mum for just having her wits about her and like, you know, keeping an eye on you and what was going on.
Yeah.
As a mum, I think, you know, you have that in the back of your head always, just seeing what your kids are up to. So it might have been a blessing in disguise that they were there with you.
I think maybe yes. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, I said it was good to have a sober mum there.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And just
Yeah.
on that, Vika, my parents didn't drink either. So our sort of growing up was a bit similar. We didn't have dinner parties and booziness at all. So, yeah, I really related to that story.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm just like, well, it was never present in my life either growing up. So, yeah. Anyway, we're talking about you, not me.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
So interesting, isn't it?
It is very interesting that we came from families like that. Yeah. Later on, we just sort of, I wonder why, why. Is it just our wild sort of free spirit that made us like that wanted to go and sort of do other things and rebel against our parents which I'm sure it was for me. Like, I'm not going to be boring like you. I'm going to be,
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
But I think, and this is a really good example of how alcohol doesn't discriminate. Like 1 in 10 will be gripped with an alcohol addiction. And it could have been us. We're just normal grey area binge drinkers, which we obviously still carry a lot of shame and regret about things that we've done, but decide to remove it. But then, I live in St Kilda, even all the little critters on the street, they didn't at 6 years old go, yeah, I'm going to be an addict or it could have been one of us. So it grips us all in different ways. So anyway, back to you, Breezer. Yeah.
Thanks, Faye. So I was just going to ask, Vika, how did booze make you feel? Like, what was that feeling that booze gave you that became something you'd keep going back for?
Just the I love that sort of feeling of the buzz that it gave me in my brain. I don't know what it was. It was like, like I could feel it kick in, and I really enjoyed that feeling of being a little bit, and also a little bit. I'm actually quite shy by nature, and so it brought me out of my shell a little bit, and I enjoyed that, being more confident. I'm very uncomfortable in any kind of social situation, and so it helped me sort of to relax in that way. But it was that initial buzz, and then I don't know how to describe it. It's like being it did it. I could feel it hit my brain, and all of a sudden I'd go ping. Okay, great.
I've arrived.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Okay.
Let's get up to no good.
Yeah, and I don't want it to go away, so I just continue to drink. Just going, I don't want it to leave. I just,
Yeah. Exactly the same.
Really.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Never wanted the party to end. Were you the same, Vika? Just wanted to get the party to keep going.
Always the last to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Tick, tick.
Are we best friends?
I think that we probably would have destroyed Melbourne if we'd gotten Melbourne.
I think you're right. You're right. We could have been the critters on the street here in St Kilda.
Yeah. But like we often talk about those stories where we'd keep the party going. We'd find somewhere else, we'd sniff out a venue or sniff out someone's house, and we'd just keep the party going and you'd want everyone to come with you as well. Yeah. You're like, what do you mean you're going home? What do you mean you're not drinking? Come on.
Turn the music up.
That is so true. That was me. And I'd bring the party home, and I'd bring it home, when my little girl was, still little, and she'd have all these people in her house partying at 3 o'clock in the morning. And, it was like, oh, what a fucking idiot, I'm still struggling with that.
Yeah, we can feel that rawness with that. And it's funny, there's another shame story I need to tell in the potty at some stage, but I feel like when you're drunk in that situation, you feel like this is acceptable, this is okay. Like, what do you mean? I need to turn this music up. The party's got to come with me. It doesn't matter that other people are sleeping in the other room. This is we're partying, and there's non-negotiable. Like, this is what's important. That everything else doesn't matter. I don't know. That's what I'm making it. I'm embarrassed about things that I've done with that too. When people have got to go to work the next day, and I'm just turning it up louder.
That was me. I did exactly the same thing. Yep. Yeah. So selfish. And my mother said that to me when I got pregnant, because she knew I was very that I liked to drink, and that my existence had been a very selfish one. And when I got pregnant, she said, no. I said, why? She goes, because you are too selfish. And I went, what? And that kind of hit me. And I went, I'm not selfish. She said, yes, you are too selfish to raise a child. And I said, okay, thanks, Mum. And went ahead with the pregnancy anyway, because I thought, no, she's, I'd be a great mum. But looking back, she was right. But I have no regrets having my child. She, because she's also been really supportive.
Oh.
And sorry, girls, I didn't know I was going to cry.
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
yes,
We're
yep.
here for it, and we've got you, Vika. Like, it is still so raw. Like you
100%.
said, you've only been off it for 12 months, and there's a lot to unpack. And I think I did a similar thing not long ago where you have to kind of make a peace with it and release that shame a little bit. It's hard. It's not easy, but we're here for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got you.
Thanks. Maybe I should have waited a while, but she's been really great. Really.
How old is she? How old is she now?
She's 25.
Yeah, and she's got a beautiful name too. Can you remind me?
Yeah, it's Muffy Iolani.
How gorgeous.
Because your auntie, was it your auntie or grandmother is
Yeah.
Muffy?
My auntie's Muffy, and my great grandmother's name's Iolani. So the name is Muffy Iolani.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And she's a nurse, and she's fantastic.
Aw.
And she's an old soul,
Yeah.
And so she's been she's like, good on you, Mum. I'm so happy you finally made the decision, because she saw me try to quit a lot. I'm not going to drink anymore.
Yeah.
That's it, Muffy. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not going to drink. She's like, yeah. And then she'd see me go back to it, And then I'd see just disappointment all over her face. And she got so sick of it, I think, that that when she was 18, she said, that's it, Mum, I'm moving out. And when I'm 18, I'm going to move out. And I knew why. And she needed to lead her own life, but she wanted, I think, and this is the first time I'm admitting this, just, when you drink, it's very hectic.
Chaos.
Yeah. And she just wanted to lead her own life and, just not have that sort of a parent or be unsure, just have that peace, that she knew that she could make for herself.
Yep.
And that's another thing, that I couldn't provide that. I mean, I really did try to. And but then it would just be like, I'd be at a gig and I'd go, okay, everyone's drinking. Oh, I want to drink too. And then it would start again.
Yeah.
And so but now she's like, I've done it for a year, and I think she knows that I'm serious now.
Oh.
And so she's like, right, it's so good. I'm so glad that and she, rings me up, and I can see though, she's always sort of making sure, is she hungover? Is she, she's got that little look, is Mum hungover today? And then she sees I'm not, and she's, the mood is like instantly happy. So, that was the reason I just had to prove to her that that she is more important than the drink.
Is she your why, Vika? Is she your why for shopping?
Yeah. She's my why, yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I should be so proud of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
You should be proud of you too, because you make that choice. You say that every day. You say, "I'm choose not to drink today."
Yeah,
that's a big deal, and particularly when it is it's in your face.
Everywhere.
Like, we were talking to a friend who owns a hotel, and I work in, serving alcohol daily too. he gets someone in to sort out his, he has buyers and people. He doesn't have to touch the alcohol, so he's been able to remove that. He doesn't drink anymore. I serve alcohol at work, but I never thought about that when you were talking about at the gigs. Like, obviously you've got the riders and it's there, but your whole crowd is boozing, and so it's in your face. So you should be. I know Breezer and I would have our hands on our heart being so proud of you. Like, it's incredible what you've been able to achieve and do, and I'm just all praise. Anyway.
It's massive. It's massive.
It's huge. So talking about sorry, Breezer.
No, I was just going to say it's massive. And with your daughter, Muffy, has your relationship with booze affected her relationship booze, or where does she sort of sit with that, with her own relationship with alcohol?
Yeah. She doesn't enjoy, she likes to get pissed, of course. She's young. She likes to go out. Yeah. But she can take it or leave it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's like, I don't need to drink. I don't. In actual fact, it doesn't. She likes to be healthy. Muffy's a fitness freak, and with her job, she can't really drink. Go to work with a hangover. But yeah, she doesn't seem to have that. She can drink or not drink. I wish I was like that.
So yeah, she's that unicorn we keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think because she grew up with two boozy parents, she's seen it. She doesn't. She's no.
Doesn't go down that path.
Yeah. Good on her. What insight that she's got. Yeah. So with the Black Sorrows, before, during, and after a gig, you had a remedy to bring your voice back. What was that?
Oh, we had a little drink, a concoction. Yeah. You talk about that was lemon, garlic, ginger, all minced up and put into hot water, and then we usually drink that on days off as well as before the show to warm up the throat, and we'd eat all the ginger and the garlic.
How's your breath going?
It was disgusting. And Joe used to drink it as well, and sometimes Joe would nip a little bit of vodka in his, but he doesn't have a problem with booze, Joe. We never saw him drunk ever. Yeah. But yeah, and then we, to get the voice back, we'd drink that as well. But then I realised, okay, I had swelling that probably wasn't the best drink, but what the ginger and the garlic and the lemon did was sort of keep colds away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was really great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that in your book because I was quite living in my ignorance bliss bubble. The whole thing with the voice is a whole regime, isn't it? Looking after your voice as a singer.
Yeah, it's really, and you've got to be, you really got to take care of it because
and you were darting as well. Like you were darting and drinking.
I was drinking and smoking.
all the favourites.
Everything. Hammering.
I gave it I think I was trying to sound like Tom Waits or someone like that. That was my aim, and drinking, smoking and drinking are the worst two things you can do for your voice. And they're the two things I enjoyed the most, and they're the two things I did every night of the week.
Are you off the darts too, Vika, now?
Yeah, I gave up smoking a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Because I thought that's the first thing I gave up. Because, drinking and smoking go hand in hand. You just,
totally.
Yeah.
Yep. We love the darts.
Yeah.
We had them.
Loved them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And but then I gave up drinking. Drinking is also equally as bad, dries out the throat. It's not good.
There's nothing good about it. Let's be honest.
It's true. It doesn't, and also it's worse. It's the worst thing you can do for your pitch. You sing out of tune.
Yeah, right.
So
I think I sound real good when I'm pissed, though.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you mean?
Yeah, I know. Oh. No. Everyone does. It's really embarrassing. But those the two things that I enjoyed the most, smoking and drinking, and the career I chose just do not go hand in hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Has your voice got better since you've stopped drinking, Vika? Or has anything changed that you can noticeably see?
Well, I don't lose my voice as much.
Ah, yeah, right. Yep.
I have to lose my voice all the time.
So less
Yeah.
maintenance for you.
I still have to sleep. I still have to hydrate, like lots of water. And the voice has changed a lot as I've gotten older. You know, it's but I find I'm a lot fitter. You know, drinking made me so unfit, and I thought giving up smoking I'd get fit, no worries, but still boozing. Really, I can huff and puff a lot more now than I could before. I'm much fitter on stage. Just singing is much easier. I just didn't realise how much it was hindering me. I thought it was, in the beginning I thought it was really, really helping me and making me great and giving me courage and, making me bold and brash and sassy and all those things when I was on stage. And it really, singing sober is much better than singing pissed, I've got to say.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love that. Was there a moment in your sobriety in this last 12 months you went, oh, I'm killing this, like this is so, you felt that real difference, the real shift that you just went, how good sobriety, singing sober?
Yeah, I did. I did. I was just being present, and sort of acknowledging the audience and taking that in and enjoying their company as much as sort of, and being able to sing the notes that I want to sing. It was like, okay, this is much more fun than this is a lot more fun than being wild and being sort of like the rock star I thought I should be, which was just bullshit.
Feeling all the feels, like feeling all those feels instead of numbing them with booze.
Exactly. I think that's right. It's just I think feeling every day now, I just am so grateful and that I'm still able to do what I do. Yeah. And that people want to come and hear us sing. And I have to be grateful and thankful for that every day. And that I still can, that I didn't destroy myself and end up, in hospital like my friend Stewie. Yeah. Which I think about him every day. We all do. All of us in our community talk about Stewie a lot still. And I still have to take it one day at a time though. I know that I can relapse at any moment and because it's there. It's just always there for me. And everyone around me is drinking. And I know it's the same for everyone out there as well. I don't want to sound like but it's as soon as I walk off stage, it's always there. And I'm like, gee, everyone's having a champagne. I know that I can go back at any moment. And that's the thing that I'm worried about. I'm still worried about that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good that you still are worried and you're not just getting complacent as long as you've got those tools and education in your back pocket and thinking about, Stu and your why with Muffy. It always keeps your armour up, doesn't it? And those wholesome connections that you're having with the audience now on stage instead of being the rock star and you're having those interactions and taking those. I think that's what you and I found at the festival on the weekend, Breezer. Like you just
sensory overload.
It's just you're taking it in. You remember everything. Yeah. It's extraordinary. It's like you've got this you're reborn. It's amazing.
So true. Yes, it's true. You're right. And you say sensory overload. Yes, you're taking everything in. You remember everything. You're happy, really happy that you can be. Looking around. And I mean, I was at the Queen's Cliff Music Festival a couple of weeks ago, and I went for a walk out into the crowd, which I would never, ever do. I'd never done that before, and went around and checked out all the food stalls and went and got a coffee and went over to the merch tent and checked out the merch tent and just walked around. I'd never done that in my
really.
Never. I always just go backstage, go straight to the rider and drink.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Awesome. Look at you. And life. How exciting.
And I thought, gee, how many festivals have I been to?
Yeah.
And I've never done this. Yeah. And how much have I missed out on?
Yeah. But how much have you got to look forward to now?
Yeah.
That's exciting. And I thought what you're talking about before, like you look out and you're so grateful for removing alcohol, and you're grateful for this whole experience of seeing the crowd. And I don't know, I'm just excited for you. I'm so excited for this journey. And I feel like, do you now have a greater appreciation for what you do, that you've got this second shot without alcohol and you see it through a different lens now?
Yeah, look, I just hope that I am very grateful that, yes, I can go on stage now and enjoy my job totally sober and present. I just hope that people will still want. You see, I'm battling with a couple of things here.
Yeah.
I'm being very open and honest with you both, and it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
Linda and I, well, I shouldn't talk about Linda. It's got nothing to do with her, but me. I'm in an industry where age is, it's very, it's ageist. Okay, the rock and roll industry, it is, it's all about the young. It's all about, the latest, hippest thing. It's, it's very hard to get played on radio. And so I'm just grateful that, that Linda and I are still able to go and play at the Queenscliff Music Festival, that people still want to come and hear us sing, that, so I take every day as a gift. And I battle with that a bit, because I don't think it should be like that. I think you should be able, music is for all ages. It's not just for the young people, and we all know that, because people of all ages go to concerts. It's just the people doing it, you know what I mean? That's like, and I think going into being sober now and being the age that I am, I'm happy that I can finish up. I'm going to continue to sing for as long as I can, and I'm going to not drink doing that. So I'm going to be sober for the rest of my life. This is my intention. This is what I'm going to do, so that I can continue to sing, so that people will still want to come and see me sober, not pissed.
Yes.
So, not that I've been pissed on stage a couple of times, and that was shit house, I got to say, and people knew, and it was like, what the fuck? Okay. And what I'm trying to say about my industry is that I just hope that people will still want to come and see me perform with my sister, because I realise that I am getting older, and every day is a gift, but I just want to do it as clear and to the best of my ability, and I think that's what I'm trying to say.
We'll still come and see you.
Yeah, we'll still
come and see you.
Yeah, well, I just realised that it's tough for women my age in this industry, and that we all, once we get to about 40, we all struggle.
Okay.
And so I think that might have been what happened. It was like, okay, I'm getting older now. And then I would try and mask that, and sort of maybe with booze.
Yeah. Drown it, make it go away.
Make it go away. Yeah.
100%.
And I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to embrace it. It's just, and I'm just happy that I can still work. I think that I can still work in an industry. Like, I've been in this industry now. I started when I was 17. I'm 57 next year. So what's that, 40 years?
Wow.
So
an incredible,
and then to be able to sing at the Queenscliff Music Festival, where we had a full tent, that was like, to me, that was the buzz. That was how I got
it. Yeah.
No, that was the buzz,
Yeah. And there's nothing sexier than, a confident, more mature age woman. Like, power to you, Vika.
Well, thank you, Breeza. That's what I want to be. I want to go into my old age, and I think that's what I'm trying to say. I still want to be in this industry. I want to be a part of it. I want to make records. I want to make music. And just because I'm 57, it's not going to stop me. And, the industry is not going to say I'm too old. And they can say I'm too old, but it's not going to stop me.
Boom. Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
it took me a long time to get to what I wanted to say, but that's what I meant. I want to continue to be creative, but I want to do it alcohol free, and I want to be an example for people my age that they can still be a part of this industry and perform and be just as relevant. You know, I mean, I'm not blaming my industry for. I think that young people should be, you know, I had my shot. They have to have their shot. You know, I can't be this old woman going, well, you know, they don't want to listen to me anymore because they don't like old women. They can get fucked. You know, I'm not like that. I'm just, you know, rock and roll has always been about the young, and that's fantastic because they're creative. You know, when you're that age, you got all these ideas. They're all coming out, and it's fantastic. I just think that because I'm still in it and because I'm still a part of it, I need to be the one that is clear and healthy and you know, be the best possible sort of fit person that I can be, and holding up my end, like my age group, sort of.
You're such a pioneer, Vika.
Too right.
Like, you continue to be that pioneer, I think, for female artists in Australia. 100%. And now you're doing it, you know, in that sober space as well, which that's not everyone's doing that. No one's doing that. You're doing that.
Yeah, it's huge.
Really? Come on.
Yeah. I couldn't rattle off anyone else that's doing what you're doing.
No.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Trailblazing right here. This is where it's all starting. The ripple effect of you sharing your story today will help so many, undoubtedly. So, and it will give people permission to just go for it too, and just, you know, don't worry about your age. Go for what you want. Remove the booze. Yeah. Like, if it's not serving you, do you know what I mean? Because which is what everyone has, as I keep banging on about, like, everyone has such a complicated relationship with alcohol. No one wants to admit it because that's not sexy, but you've just made it sexy. You've made it fun. You're a boss. To hear you say, this is what I want to do, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm sold. Like, I'm at your gigs. I'm first lining up. Like, you know, it's incredible. I'm excited for this and where you're going to go and who you're going to bring along with you for this, Vika. Like,
well, thank you very much.
When you remove the booze, it creates more space, doesn't it? More creativity and more things. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No. I'm just interested to hear. I'm interested to hear your stories as much as you want to hear what I have to say, because, you know, I didn't realise that it would open up so much sort of space in my brain that I would be able to, you know. Now I do want to write more, and before I was too busy getting drunk and thought I could create while I was pissed, when I'd wake up and I just had done absolutely nothing. But now it's like, okay, I can do this now. And I'm still battling with this. It's like, why did I waste all that time getting pissed when I could have written so many songs, you know? So now that's what I've got to do.
But that's led you to where you are now. If that other stuff didn't happen, you wouldn't have arrived to where you're at now. So that other stuff needed to happen. And now, don't you reckon when you're not drinking, you get so much time back?
Yeah.
Like, the amount of time you get is unbelievable. You got so much time to do all this other stuff as opposed to sitting there just boozing on.
Yeah, so much time. My house is organised.
I haven't got there yet with the house.
The taxes, you know, it's so true. It's, you know, it's such a time waster. And, you know, when you're with your friends and going out for lunch, and that's all great. It's when it became, and like I said, I was a binge drinker, but towards the end, it was becoming every night. You know, I'll be honest. It started like, and especially it was during lockdown. Oh, the killer for me, you know, those 2 years in Victoria. But pretty boring. So it was like, and that was when it was like 2 bottles of wine every night.
Wraps up.
Good to hear you.
Yeah. Vika, can we talk about Phillip Island for a moment?
Yes.
For me, Phillip Island's all about motorbikes, but you probably don't have some such great memories there. There was you were there with your family, I think it was, and after you left Phillip Island, Linda didn't speak to you for 2 months. Why was that?
Because I got really, 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 really drunk, and Linda, and Linda and her husband were really giving me the shits, and instead of being brave enough to say, hey, you two are annoying me, I got drunk and then told her exactly what I thought of them both.
Unleashed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And also I unleashed on my mother and pretty much upset the whole family. And because Mum was very strict when we were growing up, and very controlling as well. And not controlling, she was just very protective, you know. And I'd had enough, and so I just let the whole family know what I thought of them, and then upset everybody. And Linda left the next day and didn't talk to me for 3 months. Actually, it wasn't 2; it was 3 months. She wouldn't have a bar of me, basically, because her children had heard everything.
Right.
And yeah,
Ouch.
yeah. So yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking. You know, I should learn to deal with. I'm learning how to deal with things now, sort of straight away, and if something upsets me, to say so and not bottle it up. Yeah, because I don't have the booze to fall back on to help me do that anymore.
Yeah.
Mate, so and I have given plenty of people sprays
Have you?
in the
Oh,
past,
yeah.
loved
Oh, yeah.
ones, randoms, and it's
Yeah.
that bottling it up,
Mhm.
and then boom,
Yeah,
out it
Rah.
comes.
The rage.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was me. And the thing is that Linda's husband, he was managing us for a while, and I think I was a bit resentful of that. And maybe I didn't have the guts to stand up to him a few times, and I didn't agree with what he was doing because I thought I'd upset Linda. So really, it wasn't a good situation. Yeah, it was tricky.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. But you know, I've gotten pissed so many times down at Phillip Island. That was sort of my go-to place where I unwind and just open up immediately. Just take, you know, stop at the bottle shop on the way down, and as soon as I hit the deck, open up the champagne. And I did that for many years. That was like my
Ritual. It becomes a ritual, doesn't it?
yeah.
Mm.
And breaking that habit has been tough.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Do you turn to alcohol-free drinks at all, Linda? Vika? Called you Linda.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind.
Do you turn?
Yeah, I have tried them. I've tried them all, but then I go, well, what's the point? You know, what's the point of drinking beer that tastes like beer?
You're not going to get the effect.
Yeah.
So I'll just drink. I'd rather have a nice sort of ginger lime, you know, watermelon drink than something that tastes like beer or whiskey or gin.
Mm.
I don't understand. It's a trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It absolutely can be. It's Meso had a similar. You had similar thoughts, didn't you, Meso, about alcohol-free drinks? You were
I
like,
thought
what's the
exactly.
point?
I thought exactly the same as you, Vika. I was like, what's the point? Like, and I thought it would be triggering. I'm like, well, if I'm having this, I might as well just have the real thing. Eventually, they've become a fantastic tool in my tool belt, and I love them. But yeah, I was exactly the same as you. Yeah.
It's I think I'm getting around that. It really, like, especially I found a really beautiful French alcohol-free sparkling, and it really does taste like champagne or sparkling wine. It really does. But I'm waiting for the buzz. I'm like,
I know what you mean.
I'm waiting for the hit. You know, where is it? When's it going to come?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know, so that I'm dealing with that. But I really love this particular one. It's really lovely. But yeah, where's the hit?
Yeah. Oui. So in your circle of friends, did anyone give you a tap on the shoulder and address things with you, with your boozing, or?
No.
Because you're all doing the same thing, yeah?
Yeah, we'd all drink together.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it would be friends of friends.
Right.
Okay.
Like, gee,
Yeah.
she drinks a lot. Gee.
Huh.
You know?
Oh.
And then it were to get back through that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Did any of your friends see you the next day, Vika, when you were, you know, maybe in the depths of despair and shame and regret? Did any of your friends see that behind the door stuff, closed door stuff, or was it just we saw the Vika party chick and that's all we saw?
No, my closest friends saw it because I would ring and talk with them, and, you know, they'd be really, really great. Really, they console me and try and help me, but still that shame just take days to lift. You know,
Anxiety.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it lifted, it'd be like, oh, well, it's gone now. I'll have a drink. You know,
Yeah. yes.
You know?
Or you have a drink to eradicate the anxiety, make it go away. That's what I used to do. Yeah. If I started to feel a pang of like, I feel awkward, it'll make it go away. Yeah.
I have a couple of friends that are great like that, and my husband too. Because he understands. He'd been through it all, so he helped me deal with it.
What a great support network you had.
Amazing.
That's huge. So 28th of January 2022 was the day you stopped drinking. What steps? Yeah, congratulations. Massive congratulations, firstly.
So
a round of applause.
Well done.
What steps did you take, Vika, to stop drinking?
I tried everything. So I went to AA, I went to NA, I went to therapists.
Yeah.
And then I found an app, and the app suited me right down to the ground, because as much as I loved AA, it was a little confronting for me. I really didn't. It just wasn't for me. You know, I really enjoyed hearing people's stories and realizing that, I've been a dickhead like that too. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, been there, done that. But I think it was the 12 steps that I thought maybe I wasn't quite ready to go through with that. So when I found, and I tried many times to stop on my own.
Oh, yeah.
No, couldn't do it.
What's the app? I'm curious.
It's called Reframe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So good.
I really like Reframe, and just daily tasks. I tap into that every morning. First thing I do every morning is go into Reframe and do my daily tasks, and that's really helped me. You know, I think because of the shame and everything, I just wasn't ready to go and sit in a group and be totally open just yet.
Yep.
And I started a year ago and thought, there's Vika Bull. God, she's an alcoholic. Bloody hell, you know, I wasn't ready for that. But I realised that, you know, it doesn't really matter who you are or, you know, what you do, or, you know, you do whatever you can. If AA is for you, fantastic, you know. Therapy really helped me. I think one-on-one was really fantastic, going to see a couple of therapists that were really helpful and told me that I would relapse, which I did, you know, when I first started. If I, probably relapse. They didn't say you would. They say you probably will. And I thought, no, I won't. You know, I'm strong. I can do this. But, of course, I did.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just had enough. I just went, this is ridiculous. I'm 56. I'm 55 actually when I gave up, and this is stupid. When am I going to grow up? And that's when I found Reframe, and it was just perfect. It just suited me. It was just something I could tap into every morning. I could do my meditation, exercise, you know, just telling me what I was going through. I think that was what helped me. The app tells you what you're going through from day one, and what your brain is doing and what your body is doing. I was like, holy smokes, I just really, really did fuck myself up, didn't I? And, you know, just what I did to my brain and my liver, and I think I like that about it.
Yeah.
And that's really been what has really helped me. Yeah.
Well, good news is you can unfuck all that. You can unfuck it all. So
I can unfuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You probably already have.
Pardon?
You probably already have, repaired everything.
I really, you know, do you know what? It's taken a year to feel healthy again. It has taken me 1 year. I was thinking, you know, I thought, I'm going to quit drinking and in a week I'm going to feel fantastic. No, you know, it's actually taken me, I've realised, a year to start feeling really, really, really healthy and at peace. And I think that's the thing, is that I feel calm.
Oh. How
We
good.
love that. We love that. The calm and the clarity. There's no chaos.
Yep.
Yeah. That's incredible. And I think that's a really important message in there too, along with everything that you've said, Vika. But so many people think, oh, it's just alcohol. Why can't you just give it away? Or they try and give it up and then they can't. And we constantly dip our toe back in or relapse, however you want to frame that. And then there's so much shame that comes with that as well. Like, why can't I just give it away? But it is a beast. People underestimate it. Doesn't discriminate. It is a beast. But yeah, well done. I think it's great and wonderful that you found that Reframe app as well.
Yeah.
Have you got your book handy in nearby? Vika and Linda
No.
Noble book. We're going to get you to read a little paragraph.
Oh, hang on. Can I go and grab it?
Yeah,
go
please
grab
do.
it. Go grab it because we want you to have a little read if that's all right,
Do
please.
you?
Yeah.
We want some reading from the author.
This before. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, girls.
No,
No,
we're
all
good. We're good for it. So your book, Vika and Linda
Yes.
Noble, we'd love you to read. Thanks, Breeze has got a little copy there. Go out and grab it as well. I actually listened to audio so I could hear you both talking, which is so nice. Yeah. And Breeze has got the copy there, so we've back. We'd love you to go to page 244 of the chapter Rage, third paragraph down where it starts. I'm slowly dealing with my demons. Can you read us that bit, please?
244.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm slowly dealing with my demons because I know that my relationships matter more to me than alcohol, especially the one with my daughter. I want my kid to like me and keep talking to me, and I'm only sorry it's taken me so long to grow up.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to be greedy and ask for another little paragraph if I could. Page 305. And it's a third paragraph down. It starts with everyone has their journey. See that little paragraph.
Hank.
Hank the Tank.
Well, Hank the mucky cat, but I'm looking after Hank and he's Hank Watson. Okay. Do you want me to just read one paragraph?
Yes, please.
Everyone has their journey. Mine was that of a binge drinker. I didn't drink every day, but when I did drink, I couldn't stop. If you want to give up drinking, then when you are ready, you will. It's not easy because it's so much fun to drink sometimes, but waking up with no hangover and no remorse is truly a fantastic feeling. It really is.
Yeah. Oh, it most
love
certainly is. We love that so much. Thanks for reading those.
Oh, my pleasure.
Tell us, Vika, how do you feel about booze now? What's your opinion on booze?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah. Up 100%.
I really hate it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I really hate alcohol. I think it is the worst drug out of every drug. Alcohol is the worst. It has destroyed so much in our society. It's responsible for so many bad things, and I really hate it. I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. It takes more than it gives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit, we totally feel you with that. And it's impossible. It's never going to go away, is it?
That's the
But
thing.
I think this talking about these things and people reassessing their relationships with it can hopefully, I don't know, harness people's relationships. I don't know. I don't know.
The way it's marketed, it's glamorized, it's romanticized.
Yeah.
And we are up
Everywhere.
against it every day.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a choice every day not to drink.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a choice. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's true. I hate it. I really hate it.
And we love that you're really honest about that. You know, it's true. And so many people feel exactly the same way. And I think you sharing your story as well will help more to just go, oh, yeah, actually, right. Because we didn't know this. You didn't think you were going to say this 12 months ago. We didn't either. You know, we were the biggest booze hounds ever. We loved it. We loved the sauce, you know. So I think when you educate yourself and you see what life is like without it, and it is so much better without it, it's like, wow, like we want to give this gift. And that's what our podcast is about, to go, okay, well, check out what we're doing over here, you know, or reevaluate your relationship with alcohol. And I mean, even at the festival that we were at on the weekend, by no means do we encourage drugs, but we really noticed a difference with everyone being high on drugs and how happy and joyful they were. Whereas if we were just at a booth, there would be aggression and violence and argy bargy and don't look at me, fuck, nah. This whole pushy, alcohol fueled situation. I don't know. Did you find that, Breezer?
Oh, 100%, 100%. It was a pretty pleasant crowd. But just when you said that statement, Vika, like, it doesn't mean to say in 5 years' time you're still going to hate it. Like at this point in time, it's not, you hate it, but you may change your opinion down the track. And I feel like I have, like when I first stopped drinking, I'm like, booze, no good, no good. But now I'm like, okay, I can see where booze has its place, but it's, when people take it too far. And that's what three of us, by the sounds of it, all three of us would always take it too far. We never had that stop button.
Yeah.
Never.
We wanted to get louder, higher, louder, harder, faster. Let's get higher. So talking about the highs and lows then of sobriety, can you talk us through your highs and lows, Vika?
Yeah, well, the high is I'm rational.
Oh, love that. Love
so,
that.
Yeah, I was very irrational. I was always easily sort of like fly off the handle. Yeah. And, in private, never in public, always in private. Public was very different. But rational, calm, reasonable, patient, healthy, very clear, focused. There's just, I could go on and on and on, fit, creative.
Fresh. I mean, look how fresh you look.
Yeah, you look so fresh.
You look so fresh.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And the lows are all opposite of that. It's remorse, it's guilt, it's embarrassment, shame, just feel like you're not worthy. You wake up feeling just like you're the shittiest person on earth, and trying to overcome that was just, and then the older I got, the longer it took to recover.
Yeah, it hurts. Is there any lows of sobriety that you found at the moment?
It's boring.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it's boring. When everyone around you is pissed, you've got to sit there and listen to them rave on and laugh and have fun. It's boring.
Yeah. I must say, though, and I've said this before on the potty, there's been times in my sobriety that I'm like, I wouldn't mind just a little mind alter. It feels a bit beige. Like I just wouldn't mind a little lift, a bit of an emotion, a bit of a mood lifter or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I found myself saying to one of the band members the other day, hey, can you get me some mushrooms, or can you get me can you get me a little bit, just a little buzz, give me micro dose. What's that all about? All about this, and they go, look at you, what the fuck? People go, well, you're also pissed. I feel like I'm the most boring person here.
Yeah.
And pardon?
No, I was going to say I was talking about getting on the edibles too.
Yeah.
some sort, just to. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. And it's quite common that we end up replacing one with that. I think. How I quit alcohol.
Danny Carr.
I think she got on the acid or the mushy. I think with a friend.
Yeah.
Well, so it's quite common. So maybe we should get on it together, Vika. Get on the mushies, have a little sesh.
Well, yeah, and but then I found myself kind of whispering, and but I think that's the only. Well, you asked me what? Yeah, that was the
lows.
Yeah. I love that you've called that out, Vika, because we often walk around going, not drinking's so good, it's so great. But there are times when you're like, bloody hell, I just want to rip the lid off a beer and get shit-faced with my mates because they look like they're having a fun time. But I just don't want all the other crap that comes with it. I don't want the hangover. I don't want the remorse. I don't want the guilt, the shame, the regret. But I'll have the fun stuff. Like, that hour there's a couple hour window when you're just like so high, you're loving life, everything's great, you're confident.
Yeah.
Then it goes downhill. But just that couple of hours is what I miss. Yeah. Thank you for calling that out, because
that's okay.
There needs to be more of that too, I think. Like, sometimes we're just like, it's so good, but
Yeah, straight up. Love that.
Yeah. Yes.
I do that.
I've got to be honest, yes.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. And I do feel like I'm boring, and I'm sitting there and they're all funny, and I'm like, everyone thinks I am boring.
Oh.
And
Do
then
they think that, or is that in your head?
I think that's in my head.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and then I don't really like I don't like having to go, okay, you're all on it now, I have to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Do you stay out? Do you stay? Sorry, but do you stay with them?
I'm only just starting to do that now.
Yeah.
And I went to a wedding last weekend, and I thought that was a real test for me. I thought, okay, I'm just going to watch them do their vows, and then I'm out of here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I stayed the whole night
Yes.
Well done.
and had a great time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, yeah.
Well, going to the festival on the weekend, Mason and I like, who would have ever thought that we would be going to a festival, a doof festival, sober? And I looked at my steps at the end of the day. We had done 32,000 steps, which is pretty much dancing. We danced our little butts off the whole time.
Had the best
That's
time.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It was so good.
That's so many steps.
Isn't it? I was all like on the spot sort of dancing steps, but we were getting amongst it. So it was
And
great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so happy.
Woke up fresh.
It was good. And it's one thing that because I was really heartbroken thinking I'm never going to go to a festival again. Talking about the age, it's like, am I really ever going to go to a festival again and without drugs and alcohol? No way. And I broke my heart that I would never do that again. And this popped up and we owned it. It was so fun. It was incredible. And now we're gig pigs. We're all across every festival.
That's great.
Yeah, so good.
That's it. Actually, we're going to go to Red Hot Summer Tour, which you're going to be performing at in Bendigo. So I'm in Bendigo, Vika.
Yeah.
So, yes, we'll be there. Look out for us in the crowd.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Sing a song for you.
Oh,
I
amazing. I would die too.
I would die.
Yes.
Please raise your hand.
You want that one?
Oh, anyone you want. All of them.
That's the ripper. That one.
All of them.
Yeah.
As we're starting to wrap up, Vika, we've got a couple of other segments to finish up on, which will go to phone backup, will we, Meso? Or rapid fire?
Rapid fire. We'll bang
Rapid
out.
fire. Okay.
Fire. Yeah.
Rapid fire, which is a series of fun questions. Okay. So first one is you love your swimming.
Yes.
What's your favourite stroke?
It's freestyle.
Yep, straight into it.
I'm not going to say butterfly. Who likes butterfly?
What about side stroke? I used to love side stroke. That was fun.
I used to pretend. Who was that beautiful swimmer, Esther? She used to be the swimming lady in the old movies.
Oh, like with the cap. The whole cap situation.
Yeah, she had all those beautiful swimming caps. But side stroke's a good stroke too.
Oh, sorry.
Quite calming.
Yeah.
When did you, I'm going to give you a bit of a multiple choice here. So when did you feel most famous? Was it the first time you landed in Tonga and basically the entire population of Tonga was there to greet you, 100,000 people in your family? When you heard Chain to the Wheel on the radio?
Yeah.
When you played with Iggy Pop, Johnny Depp and Kate Moss? Or when Scott and Charlene got married at your church in Doncaster?
Oh, it was definitely when Change of the Wheel got released.
Yeah, can you sing that? Can we
so
can we have that at Red Hot Summer Tour? Are you going to sing that?
No.
Oh, no.
Because Joe is required to sing that song, and Linda's tried to do Joe's part before, but it doesn't work. It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
So
How can you play it in Bendigo? I saw you in Bendigo a couple of years ago.
I saw you.
You and Linda you played in Bendigo at Yulumbra.
Oh, that's right.
And I reckon, did you sing it? Did you sing that song then? Change the Wheel? I feel like you did.
We might have done a version of it. Yeah.
I saw you at Echuca this year.
Really
That's where the
close.
first time I heard Raise Your Hand, because Casey Chambers wrote that for you. Oh,
Yes.
my God. And I was like putting it straight on the song list. And I love it. Love it. So
yeah,
beautiful.
It is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Buckle up for this one, Vika. First job was Macca's. What's your go-to burger?
It's a Big Mac.
Oh, classic. Classic.
Yeah. I love the Big Mac. I love that special sauce. And
Do
I
you sing that song?
2 or beef patty special sauce with cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Yeah, the Big Mac. Definitely.
Nice choice.
And, and that's the thing, isn't it, about drinking too? Because I have quit drinking, I've taken up eating cake.
Oh, yeah.
I did the same thing.
Love,
I went nuts
love the
on
sugar hit.
cakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was donuts.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I thought, I'll quit drinking and I'll lose heaps of weight. I've put on stacks.
Yeah.
And so that is my next thing.
Mm.
And I don't eat Macca's that often, but I find myself going, oh, maybe I'll just sneak out and get a little sneaky burger. You know?
Totally get that.
Yeah.
It's okay, good. I'm glad.
Totally get that. Yeah,
Okay.
the sugar thing is a real thing. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to treat myself because I'm not drinking. So I'll reward myself. Or I just go into the pantry if the kids will give me the shits and just dive into the pantry and just put the feed bag on and find anything sugar related just because they were like, normally I'd have a drink if they would give me the shits. So I replace that with sugar in the, like literally dive in and just binge.
Well, that's what how long did it take to get over that, to finish?
Oh, I reckon at least, it was over 12 months. It was well over 12 months. Yeah. But I've got to hold on. I'm naturally a sweet tooth anyway, but it just ramped up.
Me too.
Mine's still solid as my staple is 2 blocks of dairy milk chocolate, 1 hazelnut, 1, and I'm just smashing them every second day. I'm like, I don't care. This is fun. I'm just doing whatever's making me feel fun. I don't care. We've removed alcohol. Let's just enjoy anything we can to make us feel good. And if that's it, it's not heroin. So we go right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Enjoy whatever it is you need.
What's your cake of choice, actually?
Yeah.
While we're on the cake subject.
Look, any cake. And any cake. I don't care. It's any cake, any biscuit, any chocolate, anything.
Yeah.
And I went up to I'll go anywhere I'll try any new cake. I went to the Turkish shop up in Sydney Road and bought a whole tray of exotic cakes the other day.
Yes.
And then went to then I thought I'll go healthy. So I'll go to the vegan shop down the road and get a vegan cake. They make the most beautiful yuzu cakes. I ate that. And then I'm like, oh, this has got to stop. I even said to my husband last night, shit, I thought, why am I eating so much shit?
You're replacing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it gives you a little high, because you just need a little bit of fun in your day. It's not like you're buying a slab of heroin. It's okay.
It's that dopamine thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is, totally. All right, we're going to do a finish this line. I'm going to sing you the line of a song. I'm going to destroy this, but we'll see how we go. And hopefully it's not triggering for you.
Okay.
Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree.
No. My shitty neighbours making fun of me when I used to sing that on the toilet.
Can you please sing it?
Kookaburra
I love it.
sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bush is he. Love, Kookaburra gay, your life must be. I used to sing that on the toilet. Yeah, and all the neighbours would laugh at me.
Well, who's having last laugh now?
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever sing the funny line of that? What was it? Kookaburra sits on electric wire.
Poor old, what was it?
Jumping up and down with his pants on fire.
Yeah, I can't remember the. You know the words.
What was the rest?
Yeah.
What was the rest?
No, that's all I know. I can't remember. I think that was it. Kookaburra sits on electric wire, jumping up and down with his pants on fire. Vika, you should be singing this, not me. No, that's it. I can't remember the rest of it. We're going to have to Google it.
I thought it was sitting on.
Sorry, but
I thought it was his balls on fire, not his pants.
can you sing it then?
Different versions, different towns.
Yeah.
That was the Kerrang version, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that.
And final rapid fire question is, what do you drink now before, during and after a gig? What's your go-to drink?
Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
How are you having it?
Espresso. Boom.
Yeah.
Put down much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the coffee before and after the show, it'll be mineral water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a soda stream?
No, and I'm going to buy one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meso bought me one actually this year.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're the best.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Change your life. It's a real treat.
Really?
Yeah. I love it. Well, I don't have flavours. But I can have anything, but it's just nice to have your little soda water all day long. I drink a lot of sparkling water, but it costs a fortune, and going through those plastic bottles all the time, it's not good for the environment. So soda stream.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Get around it.
Buy one now.
Dash out. Send us a photo.
Well, I actually said to my husband, I said to him, I want to get a soda stream. He goes, oh, you want to get another bloody gadget for the kitchen, blah, 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 blah. I said, yes, I do. And he said, you play drums for James Rain, right? And he goes, oh, bloody Vika, she wants to get a soda stream now. And James goes, actually, John, they're really, really good. I took a picture of his Soda Stream with his Bickford cordial. You know,
yes.
And send it to John. He goes, okay, you can have a Soda Stream now. And I'm like, James said it's
James
okay.
got one.
I can have one. It's like, I'm really sorry, Vic. And so, yeah.
And what colour is James? Is it white or black?
I think it was I can't remember what colour it was. I just remember the Bickford cordial next to it. Bickford's. But he, I think, and I saw one at Kmart yesterday for $109. I'll go and get one. Is that about?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that would probably come with the bottles and the canister and everything, the whole shebang. So, and grab a couple of extra bottles. Good to have.
And I'd spend $109 in one sitting, with a few bottles of wine. So
correct. Listen up, Soda Stream. There could be a sponsorship deal here. James Rain said.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Phone fucking with the PH. So we can give it M for the call or text. Phone fucking with the PH. Give it a ring. Check it roll.
Linda and I did a post. We did during lockdown. We did a Sunday sing song.
Yeah.
And we recorded one song. I can't remember what it was, and I didn't really like what I was wearing, and I got really upset about that. So I went home and got really pissed and watched it over and over and over again. I went, fuck, I look fucking horrible. Fucking, why did they film it from that angle? You can see my bloody crotch, and I'm sitting, and Linda and I used to sing in front of this big painting that Linda had, and look, the bull's dick's hanging right over my head, and look, that's just ridiculous. And we posted it, and I watched it, and then we had something like 250,000 views, and I went, delete.
Oh,
I deleted it, and then the next day, our manager and Linda ring up and they go, we've been hacked. Someone's deleted the post. And I went, actually, I think that was me. Linda screamed at me and just went, how dare you? And she burst into tears. Did you know we had over 200,000 views? Blah, 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 blah. And I went, oh. So they had to put it back up again, and yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Was there any comments about the bull's cock?
No, there wasn't. It was only my husband that said, he was the only one. That's why you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's right under the bull's bloody.
Oh, mate.
Anyway, the song's back up there online. You can see it. They put it back up there, but all these lovely things that people had said about the song, and I just. And then Lisa goes, that's it. You can't be in charge. She took away the
revoked your access.
Yes. That's
it. Banned.
That's our manager. She goes, we can't have you doing that anymore.
Vika's banned off the social.
Yeah, I was banned off the social.
Oh, honey.
But of course, I've done lots of things like, ringing up people in the middle of the night, and
Yeah. What are you telling them? Are you giving them a spray or saying I love you, or what are you?
All sorts of things. Yeah,
just chat.
Just chat. Yeah.
See, I love getting those phone calls from drunk friends.
Hey, I'm still on the list. I'm still getting some. I love that.
They're thinking about me. Yeah, and they just have a good old chin wag, and I just sit there and listen. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm so thankful they just rang me at 2 a.m. to talk rubbish to me.
Yeah, and I love that because they know you're right for it, that you're good for it. Because I used to give it to them, so even though I'm sober, I'm still part of it.
Still up for it.
Yeah, love it.
It's time for the recommendation of the week.
Okay, my recommendation is to find Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald singing Dancing Cheek to Cheek, and listen to that.
Oh,
what was the girl's name? I'm writing it down. What was the girl's name?
Ella Fitzgerald.
Thank you.
And Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
And listen to them both singing Dancing Cheek to Cheek together.
Love this already.
Do that this Christmas.
Oh, I love this.
We're going to do it after we
on it. Yeah, we're straight on it.
Straight on it.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful recommendation.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Love that. Is that something that's been in your heart for a long time, or recently picked it up? Or
no, I always listen to those two sing. That's my favourite song in the whole wide world.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you sung it?
Never. no. But the way those two sing in harmony together, it's really beautiful and it makes you really happy.
Oh, I love this. I
Yeah.
can't wait to pop it on right like,
Same,
as soon as we get
same.
off. Yeah.
That's a beautiful
Oh.
recommendation.
It's gorgeous, Vika.
Well, Vika Bull, we have come to the end of our chat.
I don't want it.
I don't want it to end.
Look,
How are you feeling?
I really want to thank you for inviting me on your program and talk about it. I mean, I wasn't really prepared for what would happen because it's still quite raw for me and new. It's only a year now. I actually gave up in November, but I had a couple of slip-ups.
Yeah.
And then quit for good on January the 28th. So I wasn't prepared for how I react or feel and how supportive you'd be. So I really appreciate chatting with you and that you gave me somewhere that I could, talk about my fuck-ups with. And, I really thank you both for that.
Well, we are
Thank
absolutely
you.
honoured that you would come on and chat to us and you felt safe in this space. And we really are. We're totally privileged, Vika. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on your podcast. I think you do really great stuff. So,
Thank you.
really
back at you.
and so thank you both.
Oh, thank you. It's a hard conversation to have and we really appreciate your vulnerability because it definitely will help more people than we'll ever know.
100%
It really,
will.
really will. And we can see and feel that it is so raw. And you're doing amazing, Vika. Like, it's a hard thing. As we said, if sobriety was easy, everyone would be doing it. And you should be so proud of yourself. And we are proud of you. And we're thrilled to share this space with you.
Thank you, girls. Thank you so
Well
much.
done.
How long have you been alcohol-free for?
I was June 14, 2021, after I woke up and didn't know if I put the kids to bed or not. And so that still haunts me. I have gone back to drinking sometimes in moderation. So, I just like have a beer here and there every now and then.
But you were 12, it was after 12, 14 months?
14 months. I got to, and then I just, dipped my toe back in, but so aware and conscious that I'm going to go down that spiral again. So I'm Mrs. Have one beer, leave it. So which I never thought I could get to that. It was all or nothing, but I've sort of found this little space that I want to stay in. But I'm still having those, that mental gymnastics in my head. Well, I drink for this event. I can only have one. So yeah. It's
making deals.
Making deals. But I can have one beer, one champagne. I take my non-alcoholic drinks wherever I go and I can sit on them.
So my husband's like you because he was a bottle of tequila as soon as he got up in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he gave up for 11 years and now he's just like you. He can just have a beer and then put it away and then he knows he's
Done.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah.
And Mesos.
Yeah, this time around, my last drink was August 9th last year, so however many months that was, but 10 years, I had about 14 months off it. And I've dipped in and out of sobriety, probably about 3 goes over the time. So, have
The journey, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not a destination.
it is. Exactly right. And I think it's amazing that your husband has had that time off it as well. You're both now, have this solid support for each other, don't you? Because you understand.
Yeah.
You have a really good
we
solid
do.
understanding of what it's like and what you're going through. And I can't wait to see this journey. And I'm so proud of you every day.
It's massive, Vika.
Yeah,
It's massive.
huge.
Especially
And your
the
daughter's
industry.
so
I
proud.
really appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me on.
Oh, we'll
Thanks for
circle
saying
back.
yes.
We'll
Yeah.
circle back. We'd love to have you back on.
We'll see
and
it red
how you're
hot,
going.
actually.
Yeah.
We'll see it red hot.
Raise your hand.
Yeah.
All you both. This is for Breezer and Meso. Raise your hand.
Oh, bless your heart. I would absolutely die. We've been such fans for such a long time, and it is a real joy to have you on. And now you feel like a friend.
Yeah, good. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of friends, Vika, your friend Samantha Gowing.
Yes.
So I was reading your book, and when you said her name, like Samantha Gowing, I'm like, how do I know that name? I saw her, it would have been about 12 years ago at a conference. She spoke at a conference and made a huge impact on me. And I've sort of been following her ever since.
Yeah.
So I've lost sort of track of what she's up to. But, incredible woman.
Yeah, she is. She's my
Incredible.
best buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. She was my drinking partner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so we'd get on the Jack together.
Oh, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels. And that's how we connected. We'd just party.
Yep.
And but Samantha's now, gone down. She's into health and fitness and amazing chef and
She spoke at a women's conference. I can't even remember what she spoke about, but I know it made an impact on me because I started following her journey.
Yeah, she's incredible.
I thought she was amazing. Yeah. So how funny that you're one of our good mates.
Yeah. And she doesn't. She's very funny. She doesn't. But Samantha's great. She can have one now and just put it away, and she doesn't need to get completely
Doesn't tuck into the Jack anymore.
No more Jack Daniels for us. No.
So good. Thanks, Vika. And did you say your favourite song, or do you have another? What's one of your favourite songs from on your album?
Raise your hand.
Oh, I love it.
Raise your hand. Yeah.
I do love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'll add that, but I'll tag you up. Oh, it's been a dream. We've got to do a proper goodbye to you.
Bye, girls. Breezer and my
Thank you. You've been an absolute delight, Vika. We wish you all the best.
Absolutely love you. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much
sharing.
for joining and sharing your story.
For sharing.
My pleasure.
Big
Thank
hugs.
you.
Big hugs.
Bye.
Bye.
Always chime in. We're here for your journey. So if you ever need support or anything, we're here for it too. So chime in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not alone.
This podcast is proudly produced by our audio engineer, music extraordinaire, Eric Ladd.
We love you, Eric.